All right. Well, thank you so much, Dakota Kaiser, Awakening Sovereignty Collective, and all of your different initiatives. So grateful. This is a meeting that I requested to kind of get some basic information about cryptocurrency and also what makes ours different. And so I was just going to ask you a few questions, and hopefully this will help some people navigate how to get more interested in what we're doing.
Perfect.
Great. All right. So the first question I have is, I guess pretty much everybody knows what cryptocurrency is by now, more or less. But maybe you could just touch on like what the difference is between ours and like a Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that, because those are the ones that are pretty well known, and ours really isn't well known.
Right. Yeah, a couple of main differences. First, we're not well known because we haven't gone public yet. It's totally in-house, friends and friends of friends only right now. And we're still in pre-beta. We'll go beta in a couple months, and we'll still be non-public until we do a full launch in about 6 months. By the time we do a full launch, we're going to be worth at least 7 times what we are now. Some of the main differences between us and other currencies. Number one, biggest difference is our currency is holonically distributed. We have an actual democratic system, and you can become a vote holder. By being an investor, you automatically become a vote holder and then have a vote in how our currency is distributed. Second, our currency is built onto the Waves platform, so it isn't mined. So we have all of it. There's none of it that's been issued out to miners. So all of our currency is decided by the vote holders. The general overall spectrum is we are funding nonprofit organizations, cooperative eco-communities, and ethical businesses that want to support our economic system and back the value of our currency with a product, a service, land access, or time, or knowledge. So everyone we give our currency out to, they then make an agreement with us to accept our currency for whatever they have to offer. And so what we're presenting here is the world's first literally truly backed currency that is useful for everyone. Unlike Ethereum, which is only useful for less than 1% of people, Ethereum in practicality, unless you're investing in it, it's only useful for developers. Keys will be available and useful for everyone. It'll be useful for going to festivals or workshops or hiring freelancers or buying products and services from cooperative businesses.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes when we hear about crypto, thank you so much for that answer. Sometimes when we hear about cryptocurrency, we hear about how it's backed by something. To be backed by something in a cryptocurrency sense.
It means that it is exchangeable and that there's a group or at least one person who's saying, hey, I will honor this exchange at this rate. So, back in the day it was gold. $1 was equal to like however much weight in gold, and the banks were the ones backing it. So now we, as the Earth Nation, which is a conglomerate of 40 world-changing organizations, from Ubuntu to Collective Evolution, the Conscious Media Coalition, the Tribe of Awakening Sovereignty, the ASC, and many more groups, are saying we're going to back this currency with our time, with our energy, with our skills, with our land, with everything we have. And we're going to honor everything we are for keys. And we're building exclusive networks. We're building versions of Amazon, freelancer.com, and Google Maps. And in these new networks, they exclusively accept our currency keys. So if you want to go to our eco-villages, or you want our freelancers, or you want our products and services, you have to have keys, which adds an inherently huge value to the currency.
Wow, that is awesome. Can you explain to me how is the money, money's not a good term anymore. How is our currency, how does it hold its value?
So
or gain value?
Because we didn't mine our currency, and there's not a whole bunch of people that have random access to it, we have the ability to control the pricing, more or less, as long as the demand for it is higher than the available supply on markets. And so here's what we do. Anytime we give out a bunch of our currency to anyone, we make very strict agreements that they will never sell that currency on an exchange. So the bulk of our currency is inside of this closed loop economic system, and it doesn't leave it. So there's only a small percentage of our currency that is actually available for sale. And as we sell more of this currency, we increase the price. It started at 50 cents. It's now at $1, and we are starting a new merger that is going to increase the price of our keys to $2 here within a couple weeks. And
Wow.
we're planning to have it be worth about $4 in the next 3 months. Before we go public, it's going to be at least $7.
So now's a really good time to invest.
The perfect time. Yeah, you can make 7 times or more.
It really couldn't be a better time than now, right?
Unless you got in at the last round, but that was only for, a couple tens of thousands of keys. So
yeah, the key cost right now
$1.
So basically, the key is the equivalent of $1 at this time.
At this time, yes.
Okay, and then and is there something that someone can look at to give them some confidence? Do we have like some kind of like, you know what I mean? Is there something that people can look at to show them like the progressing forward and how they can plug into like gain confidence in the value of it?
We have a page for investors to look at. I can share you that link later. And I think the ultimate confidence builder here is our community. And so our website, our engagement portals, our onboarding process, our teachable academies, that's where the confidence comes from. Where we are a global community of change makers that have been doing all kinds of stuff for decades. And we just recently decided to launch a currency all together. And that is the ultimate confidence builder, are the people who've chosen to create this new economic system.
Wow. Is anybody else doing what you're doing right now or anything close to it?
If they were, I would have partnered with them. So no. And there are 2 groups that want to do what we're doing, and we're partnering with them. They're called Earth Dollar, and the other one is Equality Coin. And this partnership with Equality Coin is going to jump the price of our key when it goes through from $1 to $2 to $4 within a couple of weeks.
I see. So it's through those partnerships that you gain value.
Right, exactly. It's all about partnerships. We're creating partnerships with people, with businesses, with communities, with other economic systems. It's about how do we really unify our people, our planet, our economic systems, our intentions, our desires, and our money to give ourselves more of what we all want.
Wow. And what's an easy way for people to get started right now? What would you suggest people do in regards to the Awakening Sovereignty Collective to just get their foot in the door?
I'd recommend, it depends how you want to get your foot in the door. If you want to invest, just go to asc.ai, go to get keys, and then donate for keys. Buy it right off of PayPal. If you want to get involved in the movement, if you want to exchange your time or a product or a service or land access, you also go to get keys, and then you just click exchange for keys, or you can work for keys as well. And we are employing people doing a wide variety of jobs and tasks.
Okay, so now let's say I have some keys. How do I go about finding all of the services? What do you have going on for that?
So we have a pre-beta directory where we have about 60 people, businesses, and eco communities listed. And within a couple of weeks, we're going to have our versions of Amazon, Freelancer, and Google Maps online. And that will be a lot easier to spend keys at that point.
What does that mean? You'll have your own Amazon? Like you'll be partnered with Amazon, or you're going to have...
It looks like Amazon. It functions almost just like Amazon. It's a marketplace where anyone can sign up and offer their goods and services, but it only takes keys. So that's
I see. And do we ultimately have warehouses like Amazon and stuff like that?
We have warehouse space available and intention to start partnerships with warehouses. But for the moment, honestly, it's actually more cost effective to use Amazon warehouses for our store. They just have really good prices. And so until we're at the level of bulk to compete, we'll just use what they have.
And then gradually we'll phase that out as we become stronger.
Right.
Okay. Now let's take a look at my case. I bought some keys, not too many, but I did a very minimal investment. I came in as a freelancer, and I became a vote holder. And now I'm a vote holder, but I don't really grasp what that really means to me. Can you tell me what are my benefits and what do I really get out of being a vote holder?
So first,
and I know you've already touched on that a little bit, but I'm asking these questions because I really want to get yeah.
So first benefit is access to our vote holder community. We have some of the most amazing and most tapped in, well-connected beings on the entire planet. And we're a family. We're a family club. Biggest perk. Second is, as a vote holder, you have the right to propose allocation. So you can say, hey, I think that this humanitarian group or this community or this person deserves to get keys and cash. So something to note is that when anytime someone buys a key from us, that money goes into a pool that we collectively allocate. So as a vote holder, you have the right to propose, hey, we should spend $5,000 on this project over here, or I want funding for my business. Recently, my business got funded. I got $1,000 cash and 10,000 keys for my technology company. That's how we're distributing all the money. All the money goes to humanitarian projects or to cooperative businesses or eco communities. And you also get to vote on other people's proposals. So maybe someone wants to put the money towards buying a poodle. You could say, hell no, and you could block it and be part of having that not happen. Or maybe someone wants to fund a community to feed children in some at-need population country, and you just really resonate with that. Well, then you yes that, and now it's got more of a chance of actually following through. So it gives you the power to allocate our currency.
Wow. And so that's really where the ethics comes into play there, is that as a vote holder, you get to decide what you want to support from the front end before it even's coming into the system. And you can really eliminate a lot of the aspects about the current system that you don't like just by being a vote holder.
Yes. In our system, your vote literally counts.
Wow. Now, what would you suggest to someone who was looking at investment in terms of amounts? Let's say you're just a guy like me, and you only make $1,000 a month or something. How much should I be putting towards this right now?
Honestly, I think this is an absolute gold mine. Just like Ethereum popped and people made just 10, 100 times their money, we haven't popped yet. And 7 times before we go public, after we go public, God only knows. But it could be $100 a key in the next year. So $100 in now, and you got 10K out of it potentially in a year or two from now. So whatever you got, put it in.
Wow. What's going on with the dollar right now? I'm not really up to snuff on that. Is the dollar losing value currently, or what's happening?
Absolutely. It's the dollar is built on the kinds of value that have been stacked over time that are artificial. It's artificial inflation to the utmost, and it's coming to a crash here very soon. And that's why crypto markets are booming. And I think that a humanitarian aligned currency backed by a global community, we're going to be in the top 5, if not the top 10. And right now,
wow.
top 10, I mean, we're looking at billions of dollars of net value in the next couple of years.
Wow, that is really, really amazing. Because I was thinking, of letting some people close to me know, make sure that you get value in exchange for what you're providing now. And based on our discussion here, we can see how if you accept dollars, then as opposed to keys, that value is diminishing for the dollar.
That's right.
But the keys are on the rise right now.
Exactly.
And my sense of confidence around you, and I've been observing you personally for many years on the festival circuit, and just watching how you interact with different communities. I know you did that project out at the Oasis, and I've seen that you guys are really committed to community building and having this very powerful sense of values, and ethics, and that's always really impressed me. And so I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody who watches this, that Dakota is an upstanding guy. like, we can't imagine the sacrifices that he made to get to this point.
Whew.
And he kind of reminds me of, you know, I read this book, The Big Leap, recently, and it taught me a lot about, like, getting you know, over these sabotagings that we do to ourselves. And I feel like this, you know, for you to get to a place where you've gotten to, you must have done so much personal work. And I'm doing a lot of that work right now. Some of you who are watching this might notice I look a little wonky. It's because I've been doing combo for the last 5 days. I've done 4 ceremonies.
Woo.
And it has tremendously, you know, upgraded my existence. And part of that is coming into this, that we're really gonna move forward on stuff now. You know, this is the time to act. And
Yes.
maybe you can just kind of, like, give a little, maybe say a little, speak a little bit something to the immediacy of things, like how this is really the time. Maybe you can kind of just get us there.
Yeah, a lot of the groups in our network have been working.
The reason, yeah, I'm just saying that, Dakota, because I feel like people are going to sit on this. You know, they're going to be like, maybe, you know, this and that. But, like, how can we get people to not sit on this?
Be excited. Be excited about the decades of groundwork that have gone into crystallizing what we're doing right now. And there's just so much activation going on, so many eco centers coming together, so many networks finally piercing their pieces together, so many projects to collaborate on, and there is so much money to be made. If you wait a couple weeks, it's going to be $2. You just missed doubling your money. You want to wait a couple months? It's going to be $4. You just missed quadrupling your money. And whether you want to invest your money or you want to invest your time or something else that you have, doesn't matter. We all got something, and we can all invest it in a better world. And we're right at the, like, basically, me and a bunch of other guys have been pushing this snowball up a mountain for decades. And we're at the top of the mountain, and the snowball is about to go down the hill. And you can be part of the avalanche, or you can just watch the avalanche go by.
Yeah. And you know, another thing I want to speak to is, like, I'm just a regular dude here, you know, like, I'm nothing special in this picture right now, but you are, like, the head of this whole organization.
One of the heads, yes. I think our connection cut out.